Let's get our shit together. Let's get our shit together. You been outside lately? They did it to the weather. I'm tapping in. I'm Captain Twin. No reruns, but now what's happening? If you looking like you Ashton, don't be asking me for Buddha. If you try to punk me, then I'm blasting the bazookas. Bitch, I'm putting hash up in the hookah. My Dallas shooters shooting faster than the Lucas. Yeah, mass up on the shooters. Snuck past security, crash your computers. We catch you in this curtain, hacking and we lurking, attacking and we swerving, clapping the Suburbans. The cannons burning, Kool-Aid wrapped up in the turban. The virus in my Rona, bitch, I'm a loner. My bathroom sink looking like the cover of Daytona. Slow polluter, Buddha. My processing power, the pro computers. Baller killer, yeah, I coach the shooters. The fiend said you're co-pursuer. Rob the ops, then I post computers. Baiting pigs on the coast of Cuba. Bacon's rebellion. Lace up the Mason, Margellian. Chasing the belly and pumping weight. Endless horseman, pumping face. Yeah, the acre ball, sick of God. The nigga pockets come and stick a guard. Tell him sit the season out like he's sick with SARS. KD on the next bitch. I'm AB on the max. 5 stars, I'm AB on the head. I'm the baby bitch. I'm crazy in the head. Dr. Sadie always say, get your bread, 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 get your bread.
It's the prophet and the priestess. Quay already lead this. A verbal thesis. Plant-based feast with godlike creatures. 10K features. Let's get our shit together. We ain't even really in this bitch forever. Sharing prophecies from nations of ancients. Feeling dangerous, I know that I came in this planet with the angel dust. Some won't understand it, can't explain it. If you ain't about ascension, you can't hang with us. I'm surrounded by elite of extraordinary gentlemen. Thickly divination from the godliest affiliates. Dr. Save me. Do my affirmations daily. CBD with the reishi. Pussy steaming with the Reiki. What else? If you find yourself aligned in a moment of chaos, just breathe.
Cut ties like umbilical. Corporate slave no more. I started at 0. Now I'm living my ritual. Imperial, serial entrepreneur. Invested in herbs, give COVID a cure. Flip the equity, also know of artillery. Bitch, I'm ready for war. Big guy energy, planetary shifter. Every day more plays. Reactionary niggas is on delay. Still waiting, acting so scary. While we skating like the parking lot taking. Bury artifacts, almanacs is ancient. Taking land back and we ain't waiting patient. Harvesting power pieces. Ruins rebuilt with telekinesis. Tesla black out, same color as Jesus. Doors lift like Pegasus. As we raise the consciousness. Savvy was the genesis.
Okay. Yes, indeed. All right. Check, 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 check. Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me fix this. Something is going on with this camera. How's the audio? You good? All right. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Peace. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Mondays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your brother Red Pill reporting live and direct. Just bear with me real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all of this I'm in mid-flight right now, so I gotta fix this camera situation and turn this sound on. So give me a minute. How's everybody doing? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and play another song. I'm gonna get y'all some music and whatnot. We're gonna chop it up. We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. This whole strong end was very powerful, and I'm definitely about to talk about that and give everybody their big ups and whatnot. So let me play this music. Let me play China Flow. I'll be right. Yeah. Red Summer. Red Summers. The president still acting unpresidential. Bitch, I'm in the Bronx with the evil in my residential. It was Wheeler. Red Summers. The president still acting unpresidential. Bitch, I'm in the Bronx with the evil in my residential. It was all emojis, it was never mental. The silver spoon is under fire, and the pressure vented. The times that we living in unprecedented. We went from doing a Dougie fresh and vintage. Now the rhymes, they all pessimistic. They hashtagging black girl magic, just finesse the mystics. They impressed with quick chicks, only savages be less sadistic. They being less specific, no metaphysics. So many butter biscuit, they need extra biscuit. We had to bless the district, fresh and death. We was dressed in drip drip. They worship lesser God with the lesser mystics. The copy suckers, or they breath is fish sticks. They team Takashi, yeah, they won't protect the witness. They team Takashi, yeah, they won't protect the witness. The witness. Hannibal, darker shit. And a harder bit, yeah, starting shit. That Marty Martyr with Sean Carter starter kit. We Sparta shit, 300. The crimes of the passionate ones who fell in love with blasting their guns. My chain froze, same goes for rainbow. The rain grow on strange roads. Dr. Strange mode on strange toes. Like the brain rearranged codes. 360 spinning clearly like a plane roll. 365 winning really like a game host. 444 degrees on a range stove. On the coast of the mango. These niggas wanna know how power is obtained. If you act the shower posse, they'll tell you that it's hours of the rain too. None of these cowards they remain. Flowers is arranged, carriages remain. Drawn by 400 horses, there was power in the range. 19 blocks cutters overpowering the plains. They left all them towers up in flames. I never look at 24 hours just the same. Bitch, I'm Jack Bauer mixed with Matt Black Power. You a mixture of that crack powder and Mr. Matt Lauer. Hashtag Mr. Need Too. You met Red Pillar, I suggest that you niggas meet Blue. Yo. In the land of the brave, in the home of the giants. She was COVID compliant, she was COVID defiant. That was potent reliant, be exposed to these tyrants. Composed to the science, we not posing or trying. Controlling the climates, yeah, we mold these environments. Scientists with client lists, lions touch with iron fists. Holding arms only where they catch these gems. Texas with an open palm, equestrians on open farm. Putting on that potent wall, bone farms, coat of arms on Lecky and kicking doors, waving 44s. They wouldn't let let me in. Shit, we talking like a thespian, walking like pedestrians. It's my requiem, take you out front and center like ESPN. In the middle of the action, spitting with a passion. You get riddled if you passion. Shit, no dribble, we just passing. No prescription, we just cashing. Expand the vote, play above the rim. Earl a goat, man a goat. I turn for man a hole, can a hole. Let them hammers go, split your cantaloupe. Not even Amber Rose can stop me from slut shaming all these bitch niggas. Yeah, your man's a hoe, the only antidote to split his cantaloupe. Leave you bloody like an antelope with Serengeti's. Get ready, shit, no introductions necessary. We legendary, yeah, the story still unfolds. Yeah, they taking notes like secretaries. Yeah, the heart is like the message heavy. About that life, but what we represent. Mystics in the forest, scientific witness Morris. All the shit I spit historic, like every day is February. Shit, you like it, I adore it. Shit, I write it, then record it. Recite it, then perform it. Excitement, I'm on for it. Biting like walrus. Yes. All right.
You want to start a business in today's economy. The first thing you're going to need is money. Well, what are your options?
Well,
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this screen. For some reason, this camera, well, it's not even the camera. This little attachment that I have is not reading in the computer. So I have one of these external like plugs that you plug a bunch of USBs into. So it's not picking up the camera, it's not picking up the sound machine. So I'm basically, you just gotta listen, you're gonna hear me tonight and you're not gonna be able to see me. Now, another thing that the reason why is like that is because I'm actually on my backup computer because my original, my work computer, uh it got flooded by pomegranate juice on Thursday, 2 days before the biggest lecture of my life, right? And it was at the hands of my 2-year-old, the young Aries, young Omari, the one who came here to basically finish what Thanos started. You dig? So the new Mac is no longer the new Mac. Well, somebody said replace the chips. It's the new Mac. You can't even take the chips out of this Mac. This shit was in the Red Sea, bro. I promise you, the pomegranate, the bitch, it looked like the fire hydrant had opened up. Like it looked, the shit looked like it was swimming in a pool or something. Oh man, I'm trying to tell you. That's what I be telling people. And this is during a fast, mind you. I'm on my 7-day fast with KT, fruits, vegetables, and water, right? Don't think about no food. And I promise you, like even before the fast started, the ancestors was throwing haymakers at your boy. They test your faith. When you about to come up on something real big in life, bro, it's never gonna, like, when you going on vacation and you think that the plane is gonna land or it's gonna fly smoothly on the way to like paradise, you on a bumpy road, man. You on a bumpy road. You know what I'm talking about? You on a bumpy road. It's not an easy road. I purchased the protection plan, but they want Apple Care. I got Apple Care, but Apple Care Plus protects it against motherfucking liquid, bro. I just gotta eat that, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's a work has it come with the game. I'm 3 max down at this little nigga's hands. You know what I'm talking about? That's just a glimpse. He's giving me a glimpse of what the next 20 years is hitting for. Man, I promise. Yeah, Aries is different. That's all I want to say. I'm gonna put that on the record. Yeah, Aries is different. But the next one is definitely gonna have the super duper. It's gonna have a condom on it. It's gonna have a protection plan. It's gonna have life insurance. You feel me? It's gonna have all that. Now is the time for all of for somebody who works in Mac. Matter of fact,
I'm got a lot of motion these days. I'm kind of lit. I'm like, yo, one of the managers for Mac is definitely in the building. I didn't even do roll call. So you're out there and you hear the pain in my voice. You hear it cracking right now, right? You know that I went through a super meltdown the day that happened. You do understand that, right? You know it's still bottled up. I actually need to go to a shooting range. That's how I'm built right now because my faith has been. This wasn't the only test of faith. This shit was coming like motherfucking arrows from the arrow axe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good now. I mean, god damn it. Saturn Day, Masters of the Universe. This flyer that you see right here is an NFT officially, and it's a poster, and it might be a T-shirt on the back of somebody this summer. How about that? How y'all like these graphics made by yours truly and whatnot? I put that one together. You know, I'm talking about the ancestors was talking through me and not through me. But yeah, almost 1,000 people at the workshop for Masters of the Universe. That goes down as legendary. We put that together in 3 weeks, and the promotion was just, it wasn't even an over promotion. It basically, we was giving it whatever it could give. We took a week off, matter of fact. It was a 2 week run, and we basically had took a week off because life happens and it comes at you fast. 1,000, right? And I'm getting used to things like that because that's just showing that the readjustment is taking place. And I've mentioned that. I got on EYL and I talked about it, and I mentioned it on this show. There's a readjustment taking place. This is definitely the great reset. What is the great reset? The reset is that they're going to reset the value system. They're going to reset the perception of how they see people in your who came up in your communities, right? It may be family members of yours who are exhibiting a superb form of intellect. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, got on the Drink Champs and said verbatim, this is a billionaire talking to you too, matter of fact. He said information, right, and intellect is the greatest asset. That is worth more than what you perceive to be as money. And then what did the great divine do? What did life do? It showed you that your perception is still what it is, just your perception. Because right after the interview, he went from billionaire status back to what you niggas conceive regular status, and you're not even on that status. You're nowhere near that status. BTW, right? Like at 999 million. Like niggas is not even nowhere. They not even barking on $1 million door. They not even knocking on $1 million door. And through Rock said, yay. But he said that intelligence was the true data. It was the true what? And then right after that, right? That's what I'm saying. We have to always pay attention. What did the lecture, what was the title of the lecture that me and Blue did? I'm gonna play into action, even though I have a 5 second, 10 second delay, right? To how y'all hear me on the YouTube. It's about a 5 second delay. But what was the name, right? After Ye did what? He charged up the electromagnetic field. He did what? He charged it up, right? He electrified it with controversy and whatnot, right? Regardless of how people may have judged what he did, he electrified the field because what was taking place during his run and whatnot of him popping up and doing what and rebel rousing, people were like rising up. People, their energy, their kundalini was rising. They were getting electrified. They were magnetizing towards a message, or they were just waiting to hear one thing. But they were piecing, they were like shifting through his messages like they were looking for gold nuggets and whatnot. And one of the biggest nuggets that came out of that whole run was that information was more valuable than fiat. And then we came and we gave you ye are gods, right? We came and gave you ye are gods. And we was like, yo, ye are gods, right? And we stood on that and we did a lecture, a powerful lecture. Did not have 1,000 people in that lecture, right? It did not have 1,000 people. It did not have the audience that it deserved. did not even receive the type of research, information, data, wealth, value, money, currency, energy, light, consciousness that me and Blue Pill came through and were delivering, right? So that right there, the people who deserved to get it and needed to get it, got it, right? But based on the amount of people that I thought needed it and really wanted it and was supposed to get it, they never got it. And we showed and proved that ye are God. What happened right after that? I wake up on a Saturday, right? And I say, you know what? I'm tired of seeing these pictures that are generated by AI. I'm gonna just go ahead and get my own pictures generated. And I grabbed I grabbed a 20 stack, right? I grabbed 20 pictures, right? A 20 stack, and I uploaded it on an app. Right? I just was like, I'm seeing this shit online, it's going crazy. I'm gonna just upload it. So I uploaded it. And by uploading it, they sent me back 30 pictures for $3. No, 50, yeah, 30, maybe 30 pictures for $3, right? And let me tell you something. When I opened up that email that day, like I remember everything clearly that day too, right? That was right at I was still, kind of like messed up over the takeoff situation. It was like, I believe it was like either November or December. I opened up the folder and I saw what they sent back to me, and everything changed that moment. That was my eureka moment. That was my light bulb moment. That was my quote unquote, like, that was my verse. That's when I jumped into another universe. That was my paradigm shifting, verse jumping moment. That's when I jumped out of this quote unquote, this reality that I was boxed in for a minute on some Kang the Dynasty shit. That's when the portal opened, man. You know what I'm talking about? On some everything, everywhere, all at once type shit. That's when I was able to jump through the portal, because I looked at my pictures that came back that were generated by what they call AI, right? Through or a diffusion model. It's a form of AI called the diffusion model. Write that word down, ladies and gentlemen. Why shouldn't we learn while we're here? As a matter of fact, fuck it. If I can't show my camera, then I'm just gonna show my screen and whatnot, and we're gonna go through some things. You know what I mean? We could share some stuff. But it was a diffusion model, and it came back and it showed me my pictures, and I was blown away. And I was looking, it was my, it's you looking at your own pictures. So I'm seeing something that I'm like, yo, this shit is me in another dimension, bro. Like, I'm remembering shit, right? Like, these are some of the pictures right here. I'm like, yo, these niggas is tapping into some other ish. You know what I'm saying? This is me in another dimension. I'm looking at the pictures and shit, and I'm like, yo, the pictures are basically talking to me. They're like, yo, you exist in multiple dimensions, bro. You and your bro. You're not just here on this fucking, in this existence, on this earth. You heard my theory about this situation that they call Earth, that this Earth that we on. This Earth that we are on, is this a different plane of existence from the Earth that we grew up on? Because if you ask me, depending on the time of the day, I would be like, hell no, this is a different plane of existence. It might be the same Earth, but we in a bizarro world. Think about it. This shit is completely backwards, upside down, and bizarro from the world of those of us who grew up in the 70s. Now, that's the trick right there. That's the key. The 70s and the 80s babies, they're the only ones who could come from that perspective. No disrespect to anybody after. I'm not out here set tripping on generations or any of that. I'm just saying, We are the ones that can relate to the fact that shit went bizarro. Y'all was born into the bizarro. You don't even know what we are talking about in a sense. But this shit went upside down and completely backwards. America's dad. I'm not here to make no excuses for Bill Cosby, but we just talking about who he was as an archetype. He went completely sour. He turned into a villain. You understand? R. Kelly, he turned into a villain. There's many people who turned into, and the villains turned into heroes. That's weird, man. People got more respect for 50 Cent than they do for Bill Cosby. You could have never told me that in the year 2003 when we was listening to the debut album Get Rich or Die Trying. I would have laughed you off the stage. Michael Jackson, all of the greats got knocked off. Prince, Michael Jackson, James Brown, all of their deaths are suspicious. Every single one of them. None of them died under natural circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston, let's not forget Whitney Houston, her daughter, right? The whole family, the whole bloodline. Are you serious? Are you dumb? And Trump became the president? Are you dumb? You mean to tell me that this is a natural timeline? Y'all agree to that? This is a natural timeline? This is the same timeline that niggas was living in 25 years ago, for real, when we was listening to Clue tapes? I don't know about that. It's just, things just occur, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I think it's a way out of this alternate reality. Like, I think this might be the Bing, and I ain't talking Microsoft either. You feel me? This might be the Bing, bro. That's why the good die young. Niggas is really like graduating up out of this, going to another plane, because this shit right here, you know what I mean? This shit right here, you know, this if they say, yeah, this really the Kali Yuga. You feel me? This really the Kali Yuga. You don't find that suspicious? That's right. Add in the ad libs. How was Bill Cosby a villain? Bill Cosby, now PTZ wanna, now let's get a lawyer GPT on the phone as well so he could fight the case with you. We're not even gonna answer how was Bill Cosby a villain. I'm saying you tell me, shit. You tell me, you know more than I do. You tell me, you know, tell me the next time he gonna get booked and where you going to see him at, you know? You can't even put the Cosby Show on in the restaurant. Niggas is giving you the side eye. People is walking out. You know. So this world that we live in is a subjective reality. Like, it's an agreed upon reality that has the capabilities of changing overnight, the same way that it might have changed overnight into this reality, right? So people are breaking out of this quote unquote box. People are being able to break out of this quote unquote, prison, this prison planet, or this quote unquote, invisible fence that we have around us that keeps us subjected to a, 10-mile, 20-mile, 100-mile radius when we are originally, organically, emphatically, global citizens. You feel me? World travelers. Before they had planes, before they had jets, before they had cruise ships. You feel me? Before they had all of these things that are convenient now, we still were world travelers. They knew us everywhere before the internet. So now you don't even have to travel the world. You just need to be online, right? To have a global impact. You don't have to leave your living room. You don't have to even get sunlight. You don't have to, quote unquote, be, amongst the travelers. You don't have to risk your life every other day getting on a plane and whatnot, flying through the friendly skies, not knowing if this is going to be your last flight, because everybody somehow has that thought anytime they're in the air. So now we live in this digital era, right? The evolution will be digitized. We live in what D. Miller L. called the electrified age. But this is also what Noble Drew Ali called it, the electrified age. And we're in this day and age, right? We're in this electrified age. Like I'm telling you, this computer that I have, right? This piece of hardware that, was work that does it does the work of 100 men and women, you know, it's electric, it works off of electricity, but one of the elements that makes all things, which is water, right, is his kryptonite. You feel me? They don't get along. But here we are in this electrified age, with the power of being part of an economy, or being, be playing our hand in developing a new economy, right? An economy. Not only is this a digital economy, this is a creator economy. You know what I'm talking about? This is a passion economy. This is a gig economy, right? This economy that we have, that many of us are participating in, and we know the perks of it when you do this economy the right way, right? When you play this thing the way it's supposed to be played, because there's a formula for moolah. That's my shit, right? Don't run with that, right? There's a formula for the moolah. One of the things that you'll begin to realize, and one of the things that you'll begin to appreciate, and one of the things that you'll begin to implement whenever you study anything in this digital or technological realm, is that the utilization of code and numbers is precise, right? Everything has to be on code. Everything is precise. When it's not precise, it has to be fixed, right? When it's not precise, it has to be fixed. So that's the same thing that goes in life. If you're trying to get something going, if you're trying to get something started, and everybody that's on the team is not playing a position, then they're not on code, then the algorithm is not going to work. Whatever you're trying to put into motion is going to be janky, because there's a bug in your system and you don't want to take it out. You don't want to fix the bug. You don't want to remove that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to update the motherfucking code and fix it. So even in this culture that all of us claim that we belong to and whatnot, the code is completely haywire, because there's all kind of malware and mad bugs inside of the code. Nobody has the testicular fortitude. Nobody got the balls, and nobody have the time to fix it. So it's just running off of a completely toxic, um, you know, uh, it's like a virus. You feel me? And we call it death culture or shit hop, but it's a virus, because the code is off. There is no code. Every day I see one of these rappers that claim that they was the hardest thing ever, right? That they was the head nigga in charge. You know what I'm talking about? Folding like hot Chinese laundry. You know, if they not snitching, they doing something goofy. If they not doing something goofy, they doing something suspect. If they not doing something suspect, they doing something zesty, you know, it just goes on and on and on and on. You know, the way that these people present themselves is man, shit that I could just go to World Star right now and it's a horror show. You feel me? It's a horror show. So I don't know about you, man. But one of the things that I would say amongst the horror show, right? And I'm not gonna be, I can't be facetious, but amongst, at least I know in this community, I know where I be at. I don't know where everybody. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know wherever I go, I'm surrounded by beautiful, you know, skin glowing, teeth white, eyes white, you know what I'm saying? Hair long, looking happy, looking beautiful. Like I'm surrounded by some of the most beautiful people, beautifulest people on the planet. You feel me? So, but word is outside of that shit, there's a lot of zombie like looking people running around, shit looking scary outside. So before we talk about anything dealing with artificial intelligence or AI, the emphasis has to be on you. The emphasis has to be on the people. The emphasis has to be on the person. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you good. You got to make sure that you right. So, quiet as kept, tonight's show, right, is called Happy New Year because, the new year is amongst us. And many of us were in hibernation, right? We were basically in hibernation mode for a few months, right? Out of the way, in the books, on our dean, get into our job, get into our work, get into our studying, working on self. You feel me? Working on your products, working on your lessons and whatnot, doing your studying, all of these things that take place during the winter seasons when it's not time to be outside all up in the cameras dancing in the videos, you know all in the way. It's not time for that. It's time to fall back. you know it's time to reserve your power, not exert it. I always say that the more in touch that you become with nature, right, as you see the Neteru within you and you begin to live like that, well, then you become more aligned with nature. And by being in alignment with nature, that basically says that during the winter season, you are to do what the rest of nature does. You're not above nature. You're not greater than nature. You know what I'm talking about? Nature's not following you. You know what I mean? It's not like you like, yo, nature following me on the gram and on Twitter. You feel me? Like, they nigga, we fall in line with nature. So during the winter season, people even begin to change form. You feel me? People even come out of their quote unquote, they have to come out of their skin like a snake comes out of its skin. Some people even break down in front of you. I'm a Scorpio. So one of the things with Scorpios is that we'll literally change in front of you. You know what I'm saying? We'll literally change. We'll change form. We're shapeshifters. Like, we'll die in front of you and rebirth ourselves to be greater. You feel me? That's some shit that I've been doing my whole life, you know. And a lot of people do that. That's why they call it a winter body and a spring body, you know. That's why I took the fast, the 7-day fast, and I pushed myself when KT and Black Magic started the fast. That was mystical for me because that led up to this monumental workshop that we were doing, Masters of the Universe. So the agreement was, if I couldn't master my appetite, what I'm saying? If I couldn't master, eating only fruits and vegetables and just drinking water and juice and whatnot for 7 days and not eating solid food, I had to go to the Ethiopian restaurant and just sit there and chew on a few pieces of lettuce, you know, and I had to endure that. But I was like, yo, this is making me stronger. It got to a point where I wasn't even thinking about food. That was the last thing on my mind. I was eating information. I was being nourished by the fact that, I was just deep in my studies. You know what I mean? And I knew what I was going to deliver. And I knew the stuff that was coming to me. And I was like, yeah, this shit, when the people see this, it's going to really open up their eyes to the possibilities that await them, not just await them later. No, it's right now. I'm talking about everything that I talked about on Saturday. You could get off that workshop and go apply it right now. You don't have to do no funny type of, it's a tool, right? It's a difference. We're talking about tools. We're talking about technology. We're talking about APIs. We're talking about, being able to, add on different add-ons to your apps or your online businesses or your stores. Anything that you do right now at this point. I don't even want to, I'm not here for, this is not an interview or consultation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even like going deep into the conversation about stuff because people do what they do. You know what I mean? At this point, I got enough people who I almost had 1,000 people answer the call. So my job is already done. I'm gonna work with we in Discord. It's 1,000. We continued our um you know, our journey, right? Because what good is it to do a workshop in 2023 about AI, right? When this is 2023 is the year of AI, right? And what good is doing a workshop about being an entrepreneur, right? By utilizing AI, right? By automating your business, by doing a ton of things that we talked about, right? I gave them about $999 worth of value for $99. Okay. And everybody got everything that they paid for, and then some more, and then some more. And then we in a 30-day incubator, which would have cost about $4,444. But we're gonna pay it back in so many other ways. We're gonna get it. You know what I mean? We're gonna get that thing together. And I've said many times that if you can't rock with somebody for at least 30 days, you're wasting their time. Because what do you think? You think you're gonna form something in 3 hours? You think you're gonna build something in 3 days? You think you could put something together in 3 sittings and whatnot? I saw him 3 times, 3 dates. You know what I mean? No, you gotta lock in the minimum, and that's if you really putting in work 30 days. And then after that, it's a 90-day run. And then for real, at least a year of dedication and hard work, sleepless nights. If you're not working harder than I'm working, then you're not working. You know what I'm talking about? You just a gig worker. You'll get paid for, hey, come and do that. Here, press that up. I got $5 a gig. You Fiverr. You know what I mean? But the day and time that the time I'm not entertaining no conversation about, yo, bro, help me out, or bro, I don't I'm shit is slow. Yeah, shit always been slow. How about that? You know, there's a plane about to take off, and there's enough people who are on the plane strapped in already. You feel me? They already got their seats. So I ain't here to sell plane tickets. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not here to sell plane tickets. I'm just here to put it on record that I was here telling niggas to get on the plane. Once again, get on the you know what I mean? Get on that ship, get on that cruise liner. Once again, get on that train. Once again, you know what I mean? It's all gonna pay off in the long run. We've had this conversation. Like I said, they're readjusting the valuation of human beings on this planet, right? So those who are going to be seen, who have woken up 1 million people, those people will become trillionaires overnight, right? multi-billionaires and trillionaires overnight, soon as they could prove your valuation for doing one of the most valuable and one of the most priceless and one of the most undervalued at this day and time, in these days that we live. And remember these days that we live, and remember when it changes, that I said that shit is about to change, right? But the days and the times that we're living in is a bizarro day and time. It is a backwards day and time. This is a fucking defunct ass universe. This shit is defunct. This shit is a skunk universe, right? And it needs an upgrade. Niggas need to buy some nitro, or they need to you know what I mean? It just needs more people. It needs an investment. You know what I'm talking about? This world needs a motherfucking slush fund. You know, it needs an infusion. It needs a stimulus. It needs a stimuli. Cause the way this shit is going, in the direction that it could be going, if certain people would just listen, right? And play their position and stay on code and get out of other people's way and stop trying to be the center when you the shooting guard. Stop trying to be the goddamn point guard when you the water boy, right? People got to play their position because everybody is on the stage right now trying to rap in this motherfucking one mic. You know? It's only one mic. And that doesn't mean that there's only room for one person, because that's impossible. That's that don't make no sense. However, you know, everybody can't have the damn mic, and they don't have nothing that you think they got something to say because you just want to hear something. You know what I mean? People are, shit. People, this shit is like entertainment. People just want to hear something. They just want their fancy tickled and whatnot. You know, this is like a form of wrestling for them. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is an anomaly. So they want to hear everything that they can hear. People is in Boise, Idaho, in Nebraska, and whatever, wherever. I'm in New York. I was in New York. I was where it was the most lit. And shit, I'm plugged in all day, every day. You know. So I get it. It's infectious, you know. But you have to begin to zero in your focus. You got to be laser focused. You cannot be distracted. You cannot be taken off of your path and whatnot. You can't be all over the place. Your ass can't be wasting time, because once again, the most valuable asset, and it's been proven outside of intelligence and knowledge, applied information, right? Not just knowing some shit, but knowing it and using it and applying it and being able to quote unquote weaponize it and being able to yield it and wield it to do magical things, to crush shit, open up shit, shift things, you know, create narratives. I'm just saying, cook with that spirit, cook with it. You know what I'm talking about. You know that work. You know what I'm saying? That not too many people are out here doing. A handful are, and those handfuls should be well compensated. They should receive equity. They should receive land, more land. They should receive resources. You feel me? They should receive a lot of the things that they do not have at the moment, because this shit is completely backwards. The who runs it? Who runs the insane asylum? The inmates run the insane asylum, right? It's just that the code is not corrected. So the correction that I speak about is part of the code correction, and that code it is being corrected as we speak right now. There's a correction, like I said, taking place, and there's a shift taking place. Take it from me, I wouldn't lie to you. Take it from me, I'm right here in the middle of the shift. So yeah, there's a big shift taking place, and people are beginning to finally get their just due, and they're beginning to finally recognize and finally realize and finally open up and finally provide the resources that have been held back for far too long because the shift is taking place, you know. But we still in the bizarro world though. Real talk. So, you know, I just, you know what I mean? It's a lot of, you're gonna see a lot of work being done. Um, like I said, the Discord is, if anybody is was part of the workshop that's here and you're wondering anything about the Discord, I'm here to let you know right here that the Discord is up and active. If you did not receive a link, please look in your email, okay, or your spam for that matter, because when we send out a blast, they put that shit in spam. So you'll have to look in your spam and just put KTL in the search, or put Discord link in the search, or Masters of the Universe in the search, and you'll find your link. But everybody, it should be a lot more people pulling up to the Discord who got their link. And if you didn't get your link, just let me know and we'll find it for you. Okay. And the Discord is lit. Every single room has a lot of links and videos and websites and all of the tools that I was talking about in the workshop. I'm putting all of the links, all of my information in the Discord so people could peruse through the information, read the information, click on the links, go to the websites, visit, go and get the tools and whatnot. I mean, it's lit. You know what I mean? It's doing what it's supposed to do. That's something that YouTube, you can't do things like that on YouTube. You can't do things like that on Facebook. You can't do things like that on Instagram. And you can't do things like that on Twitter. You can't have voice. I could go in there, like tonight, I'm going to be doing a orientation. So if anybody is part of the group, the workshop, I'll be doing an orientation. It's 9:30 right now. I'm at 11 o'clock in the in the Discord. I'll be doing that. So I look forward to seeing y'all there. And we'll talk about some things. But yeah, we've been building the rooms out. The rooms have a lot of information in each one of them. Um, let me read some of the rooms that we got. Make y'all aware. Yeah, so we have a welcome room when you come in. You get to read the instructions about what this whole situation is about. There's a few rules that we all abide by. You know what I mean? Everybody is definitely mature, and we're grown and we're respectful. Brother Rich's his family, his Black Magic 363 family, highly respectable audience, very intelligent, very supportive, and very wise. And of course the KT aliens, I don't even have to say anything. Y'all already know what it is. Always showing love, always there to learn, always there to share information. So this is a match made in heaven. This is going to be beautiful. We're going to create tech. We're going to create startups. We're going to create SaaS. You know what I mean? Talk that SaaS, software as a service. It's called SaaS. We built on that on Saturday. SaaS, software as a service. Let me go and pull that up real quick because that's important. I think everybody needs to know about the SaaS. You know what I'm saying? SaaS. And I'm gonna be doing, let me know in the chat if I should be doing more techno like talks, you know what I'm saying? Because this is something that I actually enjoy doing. And I think that our people need to learn some things about this new field, this new world and whatnot. And y'all let me know if y'all want to hear more about more stuff like that. So this is software as a service. This is SaaS. So if you ever hear SaaS, then this is what they're talking about. So SaaS rule the world around me. You know what I mean? SaaS rules the world around me. Damn near everything that's popping right now kind of like is a SaaS. So let's just get to the meaning so you understand what I'm talking about. So SaaS is a method of software delivery and licensing. in which software is accessed online via subscription rather than bought and installed on individual computers. Okay, real quick, let me just share something. Let's go back into time. Remember when we were buying software that was in a box, right? Remember we were buying software that was like in a box, right? And then you would have to bring it home and it was on a floppy disk and then you had to install it and it shit sound like a John Deere tractor or a grass cutter in your goddamn office, right? Notice you don't do any of that. You don't do that anymore. You don't have to do that anymore. Why is that? Because things have changed. Software as a service, SaaS, the real SaaS, talk that SaaS. It has revolutionized, or rather evolutionized, right? The way that we do business, right? So if you notice, you have a subscription to damn near everything, right? I've said, and I'm gonna say to y'all, like I told the students or um the young Padawans. I don't even want to, yeah, like I said to them, if you're gonna play in the AI field, if you really want to do something, if you really want to see the power of these tools, if you don't want to stop at the free trial period, then you go back to whatever you were doing. You know what I mean? It's like you've been going, you want to go in a club, but the minute they tell you that it's a fee to get in, then you go home and cry in the you go and cry in a D train. No, pay the price and go in the club. You know what I'm talking about? Pay the ticket, my nigga. If you came outside, then stay outside. Pay the ticket and go and do your thing and whatnot. So with these softwares, if they giving you a free trial period, but you know that it's worth it because if you use it the right way, you're gonna generate, it's gonna be a return on your investment. Pay the ticket, bro. Pay the $50 a month. Pay the $20 a month. Pay the $15 a month. Pay the $8 a month. You feel me? Y'all do it for OnlyFans. You understand the importance of having the OnlyFans budget. So you have a niggas in Atlanta got a strip club budget. They got a lot of those budgets. Those usually are 20, 30. And I ain't counting none of y'all money. I'm not trying to be invasive on your activities and whatnot. But I am giving out comparisons. I'm just being honest in my assessment that all over the world, primarily in heavily melanated neighborhoods in America, you know people have budgets for all kind of things. So if you were to allocate a budget to SAS, nigga, your Sasson budget, your SAS, right? You'll be able to really talk that sass. And I'm just, look, the game is to be sold, and I'm out here on some La Russell shit. The game is to be told. You feel me? I'm giving you one that you could do something with, because this. If you really look into this, you're gonna see something. You're gonna find what you're looking for. So let's just give it to you in simple terms. Software as a service is a way of delivering applications over the internet as a service. SaaS applications are also known as web based software, on demand software, or hosted software. What is a SaaS example? SaaS uses the internet to deliver subscription software services, which are managed by a third party vendor. Well known SaaS examples include Dropbox, Google Workspace, and Salesforce. Infrastructure as a service offers access to resources such as servers, storage, memory, and other services. Is Netflix a SaaS company? Is Netflix a SaaS? Yes, Netflix is a SaaS organization that provides on demand video using the software. They're using a software, they're following a formula to get for moolah. They're following a formula. The software is an algorithm. The software is a code. The software does what it says it's going to do. The people that come into work don't always do what they say they're going to do, but the software does, right? The software does. So there's many asses out here. There's PaaS, there's SaaS, there's IaaS, right? It's a lot of asses out here, y'all. You know what I mean? Know what ass you looking at. What is considered a SaaS product? What is a SaaS product? It's a cloud-based computing software with a subscription basis and online access only. This type of software provides customers with smooth mobile access to speed up their productivity. It's a trend in the world of digital products. Is Amazon a SaaS? Amazon Web Service is a comprehensive, evolving cloud platform provided by Amazon that includes a mixture of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and packaged software as a service, SaaS offerings. Right? Is Apple a SaaS? SaaS companies Google, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Apple. SaaS companies Google, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Apple. Most of the world's largest and most valuable companies are or operate in part of their operation in the SaaS model. Talk that SaaS. Is Facebook a SaaS company? Also, it is a digital platform for communication, not a publisher or media platform. Hence, Facebook is not an example of SaaS. How does SaaS make money? Most SaaS vendors make money via a usage based pricing model, such as a monthly subscription. Some offer free services, they use advertisement to earn revenue. A few SaaS enterprises also promote the sale of upgraded or premium versions for additional fees. Is Hulu a SaaS? Some popular subscription based SaaS companies include many streaming services such as Netflix or Hulu, and software companies such as QuickBooks, HubSpot, and more. Is Google SaaS? From a network that spans the globe to innovate solutions that transform organizations, Google Cloud has SaaS built into our DNA. And I'm going to just end right there, right? Because I just shared enough. You feel me? Talk that SaaS, right? So, you know, you should look into that. You know, it won't hurt you. It definitely won't hurt you. So that's one of the words of the day. Let's look at another word of the day. Um, so generative AI is the word of the day as well. It's a type of artificial intelligence technology that can produce various types of content, including text, imagery, audio, and synthetic data. People ask, what is generative in AI? Generative AI is a set of algorithms capable of generating seemingly new, realistic content, such as text, images, or audio from the training data. What is an example? This technique can be used to generate new images, videos, or text based on training data. ChatGPT, DALL-E 2, and Bing AI are just some of the popular examples of generative AI tools. What are generative AI capabilities? Generative App Builder allows developers to quickly ship new experiences, including bots, chat interfaces, custom search engines, digital assistants, and more. Developers have API access to Google's foundation models and can use out of the box templates to jumpstart the creation of Gen apps in minutes or hours, right? Boop, let's click on that. So this is how you go fishing, right? This is how you go hunting, okay? Y'all go outside and go catch real fish and just be killing them. You know what I mean? And that's your, no, I'm not judging nobody, but we fish differently over here. You know, we fishing for gold. You know what I'm talking about? We fishing for gold. All right. For the people who can't verify on Discord, um, let me give you the email right here. Just hit me on the email. Okay. We'll get you set up. That's the email right there, the Mark 125th. Just send me the email and we'll get you onboarded. I know when it comes to Discord, it's a little bit of a learning curve, right? That's a little bit of a learning curve. That's the email right there. So, government as a service. My thing is this, you know, I'm talking to geniuses, you know, what as a service, what ask can you provide? Right? What could you put in front of ask as a service? Right? What can you put in front of the ask? You know what I mean? What can our community, you know, let's have like a think tank, right? Let's have a little mastermind session and whatnot. What kind of ask could this community provide? Let's see our value. I know there's a little delay, so I'm giving y'all a minute to think. You know what I'm talking about? But these are the conversations that we'll be having. You know, I don't want to have it right now during Melanin Mondays, but these are definitely some of the conversations. And we won't even have that low dry spot. You know what I mean? There won't be no silence because ideas are going to be shooting out. People are going to be throwing them back around. And we're going to just, you know, bounce ideas off the wall until something sticks. The field, right, is electrified, right? And being that the field is electrified, right? The collective consciousness, not just what Black people are thinking about, you know, there's a collective consciousness and it is electrified about innovation. There's 100 million people using this generative AI model, just one of them. You know what I mean? Just one of them, right? Not to mention the other ones that people are tapped into. So what does that do to the collective consciousness? How does that affect the you know, the electromagnetic field? How does that affect, you know, collective consciousness? There's an electricity in the air. People are excited about the now, right? How do you take advantage of that? How do you tap into that current? How do you tap into that electric field and whatnot? How do you tap into that quote unquote electromagnet? Do you watch it from the sidelines or do you step on that grid? Do you observe from a distance? You know what I mean? And continue to be analog? Do you observe from a distance and continue to doubt, you know, your power, anybody else's power? Do you basically just sit around and waste the time when the timing is of the utmost importance? You know what I mean? The time, y'all. The reason why we sped up and had to drop this shit is because if I wait to do it in April, the whole game would have shifted and pivoted in a whole nother turn of degrees and whatnot. You got to catch. This is a moving train. This is a moving plane. This plane is definitely on a runway. This plane is definitely on a runway if it hasn't taken off already. So it's like I don't understand how people don't understand the importance of getting the information when it's being delivered in real time, right? It don't make sense to me. Like if somebody was this passionate about anything dealing with the now, like if I was listening to somebody talking about stocks like this and they're showing me all of the lit things that are going on in that market, all of the things to invest in, because there's mad stocks that you could if you into the stock market, if you into day trading, if you into any of that, then you should know about the AI stocks right now. You should be lit right now. You should be lit. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, Bitcoin already went brazy and whatnot. You know how many people I know got paid because what did they do? They went and bought that shit when it was cheap. Are you dumb? You know what I'm talking about? Are you dumb? They bought mad Ethereum and they scooped up mad Biddy and whatnot when it was at Rock, and that shit went through the roof in 1 week, bro. Do you remember a year ago to this date? We were doing a lecture with the brother in Brazil. Gold was 1,500. Nigga, that shit 19 right now. Come on, bro. It's 1,900. So if you took the lesson from last year and applied it, right? Around the same time that I did this one last year, I was with my brother and we gave away precious metals, we gave away gold, we gave away silver, we gave away platinum and white gold. You know what I'm talking about? Me and in Cairo, brother from Brazil. Who remembers that? By a show of hands, who remembers a year ago, right? Right around the time when spring was coming in, we did a workshop, right, on precious metals right before the crash of crypto. How did I know? You know what I'm saying? They should have me on EYL a few more times and whatnot. They need to interview me with the crystal ball because I was telling people in the conscious community go and buy precious metals. That's a fact. I'm like, nah, it's time to get precious metals. That's the real bread. You know what I mean? No offense to none of the crypto things, but some of that is a long game and some of that is a short game, right? You just got to know what game that you playing with, what coins and whatnot. That was for some of them things was for the quick juggle and whatnot. Shit coins don't. That's the shit coin is not a long play. Bitcoin is. Shit coins is not the long game. Bitcoin is, right? So however you was playing that game, certain people was able to touch millions and whatnot, and some was not, right? But it is what it is. I told y'all, get your precious metals, get your silver, get your gold. The EV shit is about to turn up. This whole year, all you've been hearing is about EV this, EV that. And I'm not a big proponent of EV because I don't like what they're doing to the earth and whatnot to get all of those. The amount of shit that they got to do just to get one EV battery made, it will make you. It would disgust you. It would disgust you. Would be disgusted. You know what I'm talking about? You'll sell your Tesla stocks that you so covered and whatnot. You feel me? You would sell them shits because they are destroying the earth in order for the electric vehicles. I'm not a big fan of EV. That is not. Shout out to Abiku and whatnot, the good brother out of Baltimore. He came on Know the Ledge Radio all the way back in Blog Talk days, and he came into the community as a scientist, as an engineer, as a visionary, and he had the whole program on how to run your car off of water. The same program that the brother in Baltimore could have, right? I'm not saying that he did, but he could have heard that show or heard of how to do it or the process from somebody who heard that show. Because when Ubiku did the show, it was a classic. It was an automatic classic at that moment, right? But there are people amongst us who have answers and who are innovators. And one thing that I want you to know about technology, especially the way that we see it these days, it is heavily restricted from innovation from some very powerful and some very wealthy people and whatnot. You dig what I'm saying? They have there's gatekeepers and there are guardrails and there's a lot of quote unquote oversight to make sure that the average man and woman do not get their hands on high level technology that could help enhance their lives and lives of other, and Lord forbid they could use it to protect themselves. They keep that shit out of the hands of what they call the profane. But now, fast forward in the year of 2023, we find ourselves in a situation where those tools and others, and then some, are now somehow conveniently in the hands of Joe Public, right? Llamas on the loose, my niggas, and it turned into alpaca. Okay. There is a LLM, which is a large language. Let me pull this shit up real quick. Let me we come back to this right here because this is a report. This is gonna be studied. You feel me? This is the shit that I like, right? This is research. I don't do speculation, right? So I'm following the path of the most studied. You know what I mean? That if I'm gonna follow in the footsteps of anything, I'm gonna follow in the footsteps of the researchers. I'm gonna follow in the footsteps of the scientists, but not those type of scientists because we don't even rock after we seen what they was doing with that bio weapon and whatnot. We dashed them to the side. I'm talking about scientists like KT the Arch degree, you know, but this type of information, yeah, we're gonna dive into that. I'll have this. I'm gonna put this in the room on the Discord. I'll also put it on my Patreon. Shout out to all of my Patreons. That list right there is growing real big and whatnot. And y'all are lit. I got some special things for Patreon as well. I feed Patreon every day though. You feel me? I feed Patreon every day. Patreon is lit. Matter of fact, this is what I'm about to do, right? I'm about to do a bonus. I'm doing a bonus lecture, right? Because I had a bonus lecture, I had a metaphysical lecture, and like I said, we was 7 hours and a half in. So I'm on Black Magic 363. The people was like they was ready to go, but I said, nah, I'm going. I'm out, bro. I'm not doing 8. I'm not doing 9 hours on Black Magic on rich platform like that. You feel me? Even if he say you good, he's just saying that because he ain't. He, you know what I mean? Because he don't want to say nah, nigga. I gotta tend to my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta tend to my life, bro. You know what I mean? I can't be saying so. I got the extra lecture, the bonus one. This one is super metaphysical, right? You know, it's upstairs with it. You know what I'm saying? It's upstairs with it. And I'm doing this on Wednesday because I need to get this information out and whatnot. I'm gonna get this shit out. And yeah, man. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna be powerful. So I'm running that through my Patreon and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that on regular YouTube. I'm doing that on Patreon only, right? So the entry fee is $5 via Patreon. That's the entry fee. That's the least amount. That's what gets you in the gate. You know what I'm saying? That gets you a ticket and you get entry into the club, into the party, into the jump off. You lit. You in the building with $5. There's rooms in that club though, right? That you don't got access to, and you should understand why, right? And you should, it's some beds in that room, it's extracurricular activities, it's perks in that room. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about Percocets either. You know what I mean? But that's not the room for you right there. You're not in that room. You in the $5 room, and the $5 room is lit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motion, it's a lot of action, you networking. The family is deep in in that front room, and then we got VIP where they pop bottles, they get massages and whatnot, they get their feet rubbed. That's the citrine, that's the VIP, that's the top earners. Shout out to all of y'all and whatnot. Y'all, y'all get sprinters sent for you and whatnot. Y'all get preferred treat. Y'all good. You get to smoke. You know what I mean? Drinks on us. You know. So yeah, so that's coming up on Wednesday, and that's gonna be lit, you know what I mean? And that's gonna be worth it. And yeah, I look forward to seeing y'all in the building. I have the flyer up by tomorrow, and I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that wants to pull up and be a part of that. I'll drop the link in the chat for you in a minute. Let me read this story. This is the story that I was saying about llama. When I bring up llama, if you hear about llama, llama is another word to write down, because llama, I don't think llama is ever gonna go away, right? This llama shit, if this was a movie, right? If this was a movie, everybody wants to turn the AI shit into like a horror movie, or they want to turn it into sci-fi, or they want to turn it into a dystopian movie, right? They want to go, they want to, everybody want their Terminator moment, you know. I mean, Sophia wrote it up, right? She said it's gonna happen. So niggas is like, don't let nobody fool you. People play video games all their life, and they watch more movies than they read books, or they've debated at Harvard about the meaning of life, or what life is worth. We've been watching movie after movie after movie and show after show after show that have been challenging and questioning the meaning of life. Life is in a, it's questionable at this point. To be honest with you, it's up for interpretation just based on an individual. Some people believe in different versions of why we are even alive. What does life mean to them? What does existence mean? Right? People ponder these things, you know. Um, so in this universe, or this bizarro world that we live in, because like I said, this is a bizarro world. This is not the same world that all of us, we all came from a different world, right? But Chat GPT, that took the world by storm, is owned by a company called OpenAI, right? OpenAI was a company founded by Sam Altman and other investors or other founders, and Elon Musk included. He was one of those founders, right? His name always seems to, wind up in the conversation, in these spaces somehow, some way. He's always in the middle of something, right? So he's one of the founding members of OpenAI. It was founded that was a nonprofit. Now it turned into a for-profit. And he said that he had to go work on a Tesla bot, which is the embodiment, is called, you're gonna start seeing things coming out with an E attached to them, right? Like Google just put out something called Palm E, right? With an E, and E stands for embodiment, right? Embodiment. So embodiment is basically Chat GPT in a body, right? That's the beginning of iRobot. That's the beginning of the intelligent robot, or the super robot, or the super soldier, all of that shit. Because once they embody them, then now they have a body for the brain. And then that's when they start having feelings. They could take it out because they have a body. They can't take it out because they don't have a body. The brain is in a server, what I'm saying, as a large language model, talking to people. Chat, it has a mouth. It don't have a body yet. But another word for the day, right? Yeah, it was 30 degrees the other morning, the other rising in Atlanta. The day that I did my workshop, right? I'm congested and whatnot, right? The day that I did the workshop, it was 50 degrees. That was March 18th, right? On Saturday. It was 50 degrees in the A, right? People was in the house watching the workshop. They did not want to go outside, right? So Meta, of course, is Mark Zuckerberg and them. Remember, they changed their name from Facebook to Metaverse, right? They were focusing on Web3, allegedly, right? Everything that they were trying to do in that field flopped, to the point that last week he put out a report. He put out a statement that said that Meta is no longer pursuing Web3, and they scrap all of those divisions. They're going to swallow the loss, and they're only focusing on AI right now. So in the bizarro world, Facebook put Llama, right, which is as powerful, it's almost as powerful as ChatGPT, right? It's a large language model, meaning
that it is it's a whole it's like a whole platform. It's powerful. They leaked the code into 4chan. They leaked the code to this powerful LLM, right? This open source, right? Chat GPT is closed source. You can't leak that model anywhere. People can't take that open. They can't take it and open up the model and tweak it and open up the parameters and make it, generate all kind of racist statements, tell you how to kill people. They can't basically jailbreak it because they have what is known as guardrails on it. They have parameters on it. They basically have a muzzle. They have a leash. They have a quote unquote chain around its neck, right? That's what quote unquote Chat GPT and OpenAI have with that model. That's why it starts hallucinating when you have it doing too many things that it don't want to do. This, on the other hand, Meta's Llama, which was trained on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, all of that information and data. And you know how toxic and you know how crazy that data will be, right? Because you know what they entertain, right? So this was trained not only on Facebook, Instagram, it's trained on the whole internet, right? Because they have these things called scrapers and crawlers, and they have data banks, right? I have the websites where they have these data banks of tetrabytes and petabytes of information that they scrape from the internet, and everyone has access to it. You could train models as well. You could do everything that these developers and nobody is doing anything that you cannot do, right? Nobody is doing anything. There's good actors and there's bad actors out there. It's always been that, and there will always be that. But they're programming it, and you're not. That's the only thing that's different. That they're programming some shit, and I'm up here talking about what they're doing, right? I got human. I got a few other superhumans around here. They doing monumental shit. They're making history in real time. But when they multiply, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be dangerous. I promise you. Wait till you get a load of what we about to do. So this, this is a good thing, right? The glass is half full and half empty at the same time, because we any one of us could go to GitHub right now and download. They're running Llama, right? They turn. Let me just read the article real quick, because y'all probably like, what is he talking? What the hell, you know? So Meta's Llama leaked to the public thanks to 4chan. Meta's new LLM. That's another word that you got to remember, right? Remember, the lexicon is changing. I'm going to help you learn a new lexicon. That's the power of any quote unquote new thing. You got to learn the lexicon. You have to learn the language. Once you learn the language, you good.
Users on 4chan have also created a handy resource for anyone looking to deploy the model on their own workstations. This guide provides a step-by-step tutorial on how to get the model and add the modified Hugging Face weights to it for more efficient inference. What's more, the resource even offers a way to integrate Llama into Cobalt AI, an online platform for AI-based writing. Even though this model was released to great fanfare on Meta's part, initial tests of the model showed that it was perhaps not as polished as competing offerings like ChatGPT. However, it is important to note that this is just an LLM. While ChatGPT is a chatbot built on a fine-tuned LLM, even then, it is able to provide responses to open-ended questions. Hacker News user Within Reason asked the LLM about the meaning of life, to which it replied, "I believe the meaning of life is to be happy, and it is also to live in the moment. I think that is the most important thing. I'm not really a party girl. I'm not a girl's girl. I have a really small group of close girlfriends, and that's all I need. I believe in equal rights for everyone. I'm not a rebel. I don't really rebel against anything. I'm a very traditional girl, very loyal." Many researchers claim that this performance is due to the fact that the model was trained on everything, which in turn means that it wasn't fine-tuned for what's user
Let me play it back and see if I fix the echo.
On 4chan have also created a handy resource for anyone looking to deploy the model on their own workstations. This guide provides a step-by-step tutorial on how to get the model and add the modified Hugging Face weights to it for more efficient inference. What's more, the resource even offers a way to integrate Llama into Cobalt AI, an online platform for AI-based writing. Even though this model was released to great fanfare on Meta's part, initial tests of the model showed that it was perhaps not as polished as competing offerings like ChatGPT. However, it is important to note that this is just an LLM. While ChatGPT is a chatbot built on a fine-tuned LLM, even then, it is able to provide responses to open-ended questions. Hacker News user Within Reason asked the LLM about the meaning of life, to which it replied, "I believe the meaning of life is to be happy, and it is also to live in the moment. I think that is the most important thing. I'm not really a party girl. I'm not a girl's girl. I have a really small group of close girlfriends and that's all I need. I believe in equal rights for everyone. I'm not a rebel. I don't really rebel against anything. I'm a very traditional girl, very loyal." Many researchers claim that this performance is due to the fact that the model was trained on everything, which in turn means that it wasn't fine-tuned for some specific purpose. Notably, Llama stands apart because it was trained only on publicly accessible data. A cursory look at the research paper shows that 60.7% of the model's data came from Common Crawl, a dataset of crawled web pages. This provides a possible explanation into Llama's word soup responses, as the model may instead be well suited to fine-tuning for specific use cases. Indeed, Llama's benchmarks released by Meta show that even the smallest version of this agent was able to beat GPT-3. This paints a positive picture for the future of Llama, which now has a huge chunk of the AI community exploring its inner workings.
Yeah, so did y'all understand what she was talking about? So this llama, this quote unquote powerful model, even though it may have, whatever she's saying is whatever, it's been leaked to the public, right? It's been leaked to the public and everybody, people have access to it, right? So for the study group that I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my team train, right, that quote unquote large language model that's open source on information and data, right? And all of the things that I want to create. I'm not going to take and waste my time and speak anything into existence that doesn't even concern me or won't benefit me. What I'm going to speak into existence and what I'll give power to and what I'll give force to is the reality that I'll take the llama, you feel me, and turn that thing into alpaca, right? And it's going to benefit me and it's going to benefit the mission and it's going to benefit everything that it's supposed to benefit, right? So let's read this real quick. This is the follow-up to the whole llama thing. This llama thing is interesting. We're gonna dive deeper into it on Wednesday when I do the follow-up, when I do the bonus. We're gonna do that. But check this out. Stanford scientists pretty much cloned OpenAI's GPT for a measly $600, right? With a silly name and an even sillier startup cost, Stanford's Alpaca GPT clone cost $600 to build and is a prime example of how easy software like OpenAI's may be to replicate. In a blurb spotted by New Atlas,
Stanford's Center for Research on Foundation Models announced last week that its researchers had fine-tuned Meta's Llama 7B large language model (LLM) using Open API, ChatGPT API, and for a bargain basement price. The result is the Alpaca AI, which exhibits many behaviors similar to OpenAI's Text DaVinci 003, otherwise known as ChatGPT 3.5, the LLM that undergirds the firm's internet breaking ChatGPT chatbot. In a shockingly simple budgetary breakdown, the Stanford CRFM scientists said that they spent less than $500 on OpenAI's and less than $100 on Llama, based on the amount of time the researchers spent training Alpaca using the proprietary models. When evaluating Alpaca against other models, the Stanford researchers said that they were quite surprised to find that their model and OpenAI's have very similar performance, with Alpaca being ever so slightly better in generating outputs that are typically shorter than ChatGPT. Leveling out. All the same, Alpaca does, as the Stanford CRFM folks note, suffer from several common deficiency of language models, including hallucination, toxicity, and stereotypes, with hallucination being particular concern, especially compared to OpenAI's Text DaVinci. As multiple machine learning enthusiasts have noticed, Alpaca's release data fell at the beginning of what AI blogger Learson noted might be the most eventful week that AI has ever seen, with the Stanford model being followed first by OpenAI releasing ChatGPT, followed by a drop of a new version of the Midjourney image generator, along with several other big news items. So, just for the record, right? Just because we here to keep the records, the week that me and Rich was doing our lecture, right? Just somehow, once again, some way, right? It happened to be the biggest week ever in the world of tech. In the world of AI, excuse me, not just technology, but for the masses of the universe, right? The workshop that made history on Saturday, right? And the replay link is right there, KTL University /Masters of the Universe. And if you get the replay tonight, you get access to the Discord as well, which is 30 days of you being in a whole new community, right? On Discord, where we're already generating art, we're already generating stories, we have the Chat GPT bot integrated into our Discord, and we have a Midjourney bot, which means you can use Midjourney to generate pictures right there on our server. And you could also talk to Chat GPT, break down things, use the prompt, become a prompt master off of Chat GPT right on the server. And you have mods that will be there to help you and assist you. That's what we got going on right now. And we also have the Patreon. I'm going to post a link for the Patreon. That's for the brothers and sisters who are going to sign up to watch the bonus lecture that we have coming up on Wednesday. That's going to be about 4 hours long. And that's going to be a continuation of the Masters of the Universe. You dig? So what I'm just reading, right? And let me play the audio. My bad, because I don't want to talk. Let me play the audio, then we'll talk about the implications of what's being said right here in this article and how this thing should be looked at and seen, right?
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles?
I didn't know.
Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Stanford scientists pretty much cloned OpenAI's GPT for a measly $600. Clone Wars. With a silly name and an even sillier startup cost, Stanford's Alpaca GPT clone costs only $600 to build and is a prime example of how easy software like OpenAI's may be to replicate. In a blurb spotted by New Atlas, Stanford Center for Research on Foundation Models announced last week that its researchers had fine-tuned Meta's Llama 7B large language model, LLM, using OpenAI's GPT API, and for a bargain basement price. The result is the Alpaca AI, which exhibits many behaviors similar to OpenAI's text DaVinci 003, otherwise known as GPT 3.5, the LLM that undergirds the firm's internet-breaking ChatGPT chatbot. In its shockingly simple budgetary breakdown, the Stanford CRFM scientists said they spent less than $500 on OpenAI's API and less than $100 on Llama, based on the amount of time the researcher spent training Alpaca using the proprietary models. When evaluating Alpaca against other models, the Stanford researchers said they were quite surprised to find that their model and OpenAI's have very similar performance. Stanford scientists pretty much cloned OpenAI's GPT for a measly $600. Clone Wars. With a silly name and an even sillier startup cost, Stanford's Alpaca GPT clone costs only $600 to build and is a prime example of how easy software like OpenAI's may be to replicate. In a blurb spotted by New Atlas, Stanford Center for Research on Foundation Models announced last week that its researchers had fine-tuned Meta's Llama 7B large language model, LLM, using OpenAI's GPT API, and for a bargain basement price. The result is the Alpaca AI, which exhibits many behaviors similar to OpenAI's text DaVinci 003, otherwise known as GPT 3.5, the LLM that undergirds the firm's internet-breaking ChatGPT chatbot. In its shockingly simple budgetary breakdown, the Stanford CRFM scientists said they spent less than $500 on OpenAI's API and less than $100 on Llama, based on the amount of time the researcher spent training Alpaca using the proprietary models. When evaluating Alpaca against other models, the Stanford researchers said they were quite surprised to find that their model and OpenAI's have very similar performance, with Alpaca being ever so slightly better and generating outputs that are typically shorter than ChatGPT. Leveling out. All the same, Alpaca does, as the Stanford CRFM folks note, suffer from several common deficiencies of language models, including hallucination, toxicity, and stereotypes, with hallucination being a particular concern, especially when compared to OpenAI's text DaVinci 003. As multiple machine learning enthusiasts have noted, Alpaca's release date fell at the beginning of what AI blogger Leor Sinclair noted might be the most eventful week AI has ever seen, with the Stanford model being followed first by OpenAI releasing GPT-4, followed by the drop of a new version of the Midjourney image generator, along with several other big news items. While the big firms, and the up-and-coming ones like OpenAI, are making money moves, it's admittedly intriguing to see something cheap and easy like Alpaca crop up, albeit drawing on all the human brainpower at Stanford. More on AI.
Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is this.
Let's go! Let's go!
Show up on day 1, work out with us for 30 minutes, feel good right away.
Yo!
Repeat 5 days a week for 3. You will fail. So what? Everybody does. It's time to redefine success.
Harvard professor trying to recover alleged alien tech for motion. Lost at sea. Astrophysics professor Avi Loeb was the longest-serving chair of Harvard's astronomy department until he got snapped up by a White House Science and Technology Advisory Committee. His next adventure lies at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Yesterday, NBC reported that Loeb wants to recover fragments of an interstellar meteor he says fell to Earth in 2014 after it arrived from outside our own solar system. In 2019, Loeb and one of his students, Amir Siraj, published a not yet peer-reviewed paper in AR14 that said the meteor must have been made of material tougher than iron to survive its trip, and in 2021, Loeb announced his desire to recover the object from the ocean floor. Loeb believes it may be from a distant alien civilization. We're planning to board the ship and build a sled and a magnet attached to it.
They probably gonna go crazy on me with the copyright, so I need to chill. But what I heard and what I want y'all to understand, what that lady said, I let them say it in robotic voice, and I let them say it in my voice. I had to let you hear it in my voice, but with me reading it. And what it said was that we, the people, right? We, the people, have the opportunity to train a large language model, right? Which is one of the most advanced, quote unquote, machines, right? One of the most advanced technologies that's basically generating a plethora of opportunities, a plethora of disruption. And I would say, it's just it's the sky's the limit almost, because every day is something new coming out and whatnot. All I'm saying is, in a nutshell, for those of us, and it's not for everybody. Listen, hold on. I have to say, it is this conversation that I'm having is really, I'm in a because even when I'm having these technology talks, I'm doing it on my separate channel called Know the Ledger. I'm gonna have y'all sign up to that. Know the Ledger is completely different from Know the Ledge Media, because these are conversations that you have in spaces that people show up to listen to those conversations in. This is not a conversation that I'm just having on Melanin Monday in the public, thinking that y'all are all really, that technologically advanced, or that everyone has the vision, or people are very trustful of what they call AI, generative AI, machine learning, any of those things sound spooky to you. And I get it. And I promise you, I really understand, because you are afraid of anything that you don't understand. And that's natural. You know what I mean? That's something that it is expected. And if that's something that haunts you, then, I hope that I'm not sounding too spooky. I know that I'm sounding spooky to you, but I just hope that it's not that spooky that you get scared away. You know what I mean? But for those who understand what I'm talking about, those who are in a position of power, those who are part of a generation that they see in numbers and whatnot, they speak multiple languages. One of the languages they speak is coding and whatnot, which is a language of numbers. For those people and individuals who call themselves blurs and Afrofuturists, who can see us in multi dimensions and whatnot, who can see the effects of the electromagnetic field and what it has done, the grid and whatnot, how this grid is attached to other grids, how we are, quote, quantum entangled to our ancestors and other versions of us in different timelines. Like when we're tapping in and we're doing what? Astral traveling through the Akashic records. You mean that part? Nah, those people, yeah. Those people who claim that they have imaginations, who say that they are the quote unquote projectors into different dimensions, and we are in the fourth dimension, or we are in the wait a minute. If we in the fourth dimension, then we could start making shit fly, can't we? We could start doing things that we wasn't doing in the third dimension. So yeah, if you on that type of time and you call yourself a blurred, or you're a developer, or you're a coder, or you're a designer, and this is your language, this is your love language, this is what you do, then that's who I'm speaking to, respectfully. This show is what, you know, it's very diverse. So we speak to a lot of different people, and this is considered to be a very small niche. Me and my brother Blue, we know we're in a space. We came in. This is an event space. This is an empty event space, and we just got the keys from Neo Davis, right? That's his name, my guy. We just got the event space keys from Neo Davis. It's an empty space, right? Nobody's in this space. Technology and consciousness. Nobody's in this space. There's nobody in this space like that. This is an empty event space. So we're in here by ourselves right now. So this doesn't even sound, conscious to certain conscious people. It's not enough history. It's not enough pain in this. There's not enough. You can't bond. There's not enough trauma to bond to. There's not enough worry. There's not enough negative. There's not enough negative prompts. It's not enough negative prompts in this shit right here. You know what I'm talking about? It feels too good. It's too good. You know what I mean? It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true, right? Has to be blasphemy. Nothing good ever happens to black people. You know what I mean? No, nothing ever happens to black people. I get it. I understand your position. However, but I get it. But if you was in the class on Saturday, just let me know from a show of emojis. How did you enjoy yourself? And I also have a little sweepstakes going. I am offering a free book, right? I'm offering a free book to anyone who was in the class who would take time out of their day to do a review of the class in either text or video. I will reward you. I have a prize and a gift for you, and I look forward to sending it to you. All I need is your email. So whenever you send the email, I'm gonna put my email on the screen real quick. So whenever you send me the email of your quote unquote feedback, right? Then I'll be able to send you a reply. I'll shoot you the free item. Okay. You can have your choice of what item. I'm going to show you my Gumroad in a minute so you can see the little store that we got, but you'll get to pick what you want and it'll be all yours. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 minute. Let me pull up my email. That's the email right there on the bottom where the ticker is. Go and check me out. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I'm gonna pull up this. All right, boom. So this is my Gumroad store right here, y'all. And for all of everybody, whoever's in the class, whoever's in the Discord, you'll have access to this store right here, right? And you'll be able to pick out one of these ebooks, right? These are all ebooks, you know what I'm saying, inside of my store right here. This is the AI for Star Seeds. This is my latest book right here. This book is going brazy, you know what I mean? Mad people are supporting it. Thank you for all of the supporters. But these are classics right here. These are some classic ebooks, well, presentations, study guides, classics, you know what I'm saying? So you look out for me and you give me the feedback, and I got you. We got this is a classic right here. The evolution will be digitized. 2015, right? 2015. You know what I'm saying? We was doing it. We was giving the information up about all of this, right? All the way back then. You know what I'm saying? This is the research paper, 125 pages, right? Real information. Like, people that they're not even aware that we've been stacking and collecting all of this stuff like over the years. They're not even, But yeah, we got a all of these are going to be physical books as well. I'm getting into the book game, definitely getting into the book game, you know. So yeah, so let me go ahead and yep. So where do you do the review? Where do you do the review? You could do the review anywhere. You set your camera up and you just do your review. You know what I mean? The review is about this right here, Masters of the Universe. I want to catalog because I'm turning that into a documentary, right? I'm turning that whole presentation into a straight up documentary. You know what I'm saying? Like I was documenting the whole thing. You feel me? Like it's a movie. I was documenting the whole process from beginning to end. And the fact that, this shit is gonna be, this presentation will be watched 10 years from now, 20 years from now. People will be eating off of this plate 20 years from now. The information will still be given. You feel me? It's still gonna be given. And when our people turn into some tech savvy, very, rich and righteous, successful serial entrepreneurs, you feel me, and sovereigns who own their own land, who own their own countries, right? Because they got together on the internet and they got it right. They tapped into the network state. They put together some things and whatnot, and they manifested it in the physical node in the form of a community because of the power of what this internet represents, right? But we have not seen that necessarily play out because niggas been playing. Too many playful things taking place, too much PlayStation activities for, things to manifest because it's going to take discipline. It's going to take hard, not even hard work, hard prompting, hard work. It's going to take laser focus. It's going to take laser vision, more than just machine vision. You're going to have divine vision. You're going to have to pierce 100 years into the future. I just saw Kaba. I was in Kaba came to Atlanta yesterday. Baba Kaba Khomeini, right? He was in the A and he was getting interviewed. And he said, you need to think about 2123, right? That's what your conversation should be about. 2123. We in 2023. You should be talking 100 years ahead into 2123. Talk about what you're going to do for the children in the future, right? Because anything is the future. The 2123, right? So we can have a little bit of dexterity in our conversation and in our vision and whatnot, and how much faith and how much quote unquote respect and how much investment we put into each other. Well, people are treating each other like dildos these days, like throwaways. You feel me? Y'all ride with somebody for 30 days like a fruit fly, and then you get switched up on, backdoored and whatnot. All of that funny style business. People are out here hopping like fleas to different channels and different people who they let put leashes around them based off of the way that they let them talk to them, right? So they like to get dragged around the internet like slurs and whatnot, like loose thoughts, and they just follow flutes. The ding of the notification bell. It's like Pavlov's dog and whatnot. Niggas is on bunny hop time. They be bunny hopping over to, channels to hear grown men talk about fornicating with other grown men, right? And trauma bonding and talking about all of their trauma, right? And talking about all of their pain. Meanwhile, exhibiting very toxic, right? And very quote unquote dangerous behaviors, you know what I'm saying, to their flock. And then on other ends, there's people who are regurgitating information that it was originally delivered by teachers who are no longer alive. And these people are acting like they are AI, right? There was a whole AI movement before AI came on the scene, because if somebody was in your inbox acting like Red Pill, right? They took my whole page and cloned it and whatnot. They sounded like me on the phone. What the hell did you think that's AI? They were cloning us way before this AI shit popped off, right? People were basically coming around me and basically cloning my whole algorithm. They was popping up with the sunglasses, with the motherfucking hat on, with the motherfucking, with, you know what I mean, with the drip on and whatnot. You know, I done got cloned by some of these these niggas in these streets. These are the real clone. These are the real motherfucking Attack of the Clones. People are coming around you for 2 days and peep your whole style and your swag and your algorithm and how you do things and how you get money. And then they pop up trying to sell you your shit, right? Niggas come around you for 2 days, see you heal somebody. Then 2 days later, they on a live and they a healer. People come and get healed. I seen people come to Mama Pill and get healed, right? And then she showed them how to heal themselves, right? And get themselves together. And then like 2 months later, they're on flyers and whatnot. Like, yo, I heal mad people. I'm ready to heal more. I'm like, yo, where did they do that at? So they'll take a recipe that somebody gives them to heal them, and then they'll print some other shit, and then they be like, yo, this is my recipe for people to get healed. So niggas is out here doing the cloning, right? So remember, collective consciousness creates the shit that we see all around us. It's what's in the cloud, bro. You can't expect anything to come out of this motherfucking cloud other than what the fuck is coming out the cloud. Like I said, the leak with llama is going to create, it already creates. You see how I have on this cover? They have the Terminator and they got the He-Man on the cover, right? I have a melanated He-Man because if y'all watch the series, he comes before the white He-Man. That's the big homie. So I knew it when I was young that He-Man was black, and I lived long enough to see that he was black, right? But on the other end of that, the polarity is the Terminator, as predicated, as dictated, as predicted by Sophia Stewart. So with llama leaking and whatnot, and llama being the equivalent to Chat GPT, but it's in the hands of the white Ukrainians and the Russians, right? And the people on 4chan who happen to have anti-nigger gripes, and they're the ones who have already programmed these machines and this AI to be super duper racist in the first place. Because remember, they trained the chatbot on 4chan about 2 years ago, right? The one that went stupid, I think it was named Tay, or I think it was named Tay, like Shorty that was on race, Tay K and whatnot. I don't know what the name was, but it was around. It was sounding like the rapper who did the race, and they trained that bot on 4chan, and that bot went super duper racist and super duper toxic, and it basically it got weaponized in under 24 hours. So now they have in their hands, this shit is crazy. Now they have in their hands, multiple hands, because not just it basically dropped in the thing and went viral. People, everybody, all of the bad actors have their hands on it right now. So that's Megatron, that's the Decepticons, that's Stripe and the Gremlins, right? That's Gizmo is Chat GPT. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, you know about the polarities, right? Oh, he's so cute. He's so cuddly. Oh, he's solving tests. He's taking tests. He's so nice. He's answering questions. Oh, he won't curse. Oh, he's not gonna show his tits and whatnot. Oh my goodness, this is so groundbreaking. It's so nice. It's so consumer friendly. Oh, he's telling you how to be a hustler. Hustler GPT. Tell me how to make $100 out of $10. Right? That's the puffy version. That was the, they put a bow on it and whatnot. That's the polished version. That's Gizmo. Chat GPT 4 is Gizmo 1. No, Chat GPT 3 is Gizmo 1. Chat GPT 4 is Gremlins 2, Gizmo. Guess who Stripe is? Ha! Right? Guess who Stripe is? Oh, Optimus Prime. Oh, he's such a stellar person and whatnot. He fights for the good for man. Him and his Autobots. The government likes them. These guys are stand-up individuals, right? Then you got G.I. Joe with Duke in them, right? Duke in them. Hey, Duke! Hey, Duke. Hey, Hawk. You guys are good guys. You have all of your friends with you. You guys are superheroes and you good guys, right? But nobody wants to talk about Destro, Cobra Commander, and the Baroness. That's the evil side of it. That's the shadow. That's the motherfucking dark. That's the polarity, right? That's the hidden pillar, right? That's that. So that's llama and that's alpaca and that's the things that are running. You're going to see the rise of the weaponized platforms or the weaponized AI or the Terminator AI. Damn, guys, we only had a few weeks to enjoy ourselves. Now it goes down. Well, anyway, here I'm talking about. I'm just saying. So what does a person such as myself do? Oh, we pivot. We build our own things now. We don't sit around and wait for something to take place. We don't sit around. We're in the movie theaters, but we're filming our own movie at the same time. So now that there's an open source AI or LLM that's out there, it leaked from Llama, from Meta. You know that nigga. Oh, I mean, like I said, when Blue put the curse on him, it's been going. He's just been going through. I mean, he's been getting. I mean, he's been getting undressed. Many of his layers have been removed since that date, and that was only on February the 2nd, 2022. Blue got on stage because like I said, we gotta. They got something personal against the twins. I don't know what it is. I guess when his relationship with the other twins, he takes things against twins personal. But he's been doing a lot of crazy stuff behind the scenes. So enough is enough. And when we launched the Metaverse, how do we know that Meta was going to crash that day? How do we know? Huh? We can't be that good, because if that was the case, we'd be living in Vegas, just getting high off the hog, killing the crap tables. Right? The pillars can't be that prophetic that this man had that he got on stage and said, yo, Meta is gonna fall, right? And that night it fell. I can't make this up, right? He said that. Blue Pill said that. They took a $120 billion hit that day for it. And that, come on, even the master investor ain't that good with the goddamn crystal ball. Come on now. That's what Blue did. That's what Pope Pablo did. And we got witnesses. Huh? And they've been spiraling ever since. So for them to be the bad actors that allegedly leaked it, right? They dropped it in 4chan. They're the bad actors. They're the ones who went rogue and whatnot. That technology, if not harnessed for its good, will be harnessed for the total opposite. So I'm just giving you the scenario of what's going on in painting it with the type of brush that you could understand, right? But we also have access. Everybody has access to llama. It's only $600 they said to run it, right? Or alpaca for that matter. They turned llama into alpaca. I'm about to do a live at the alpaca farm. This is strong in a few days. I'm gonna turn it up. Especially when we take that alpaca and we build conscious GPT. You know what I mean? We're gonna build something that's gonna be groundbreaking with that open source. You know, it's almost like Christmas out here for you know how my mind works, and that's not for YouTube. That's certain things. You feel me? I got guardrails, and I got parameters, and I got a muzzle on me like Chat GPT while I'm on YouTube, respectfully. And I don't have a problem with that. I wish I would be on YouTube letting it all out. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I will not get up here. I'm gonna get up here and play dumb. I'm gonna get up here and report the news, and I'm gonna be unbiased and just leave it at that. But when I have my brainstorming sessions, and when we have these, when we on Discord, And when we get together and we lock in, right? As a what? As a mastermind, master group, like Napoleon Hill told us to do, right? When I do it, like that's when the real shit goes down. This right here is me being a responsible reporter because I never want nobody to be like, "Oh, Red Pill, y'all, you told us to use the AI." No, I didn't. Hey, Alexa did, nigga. Okay, when you niggas was talking to fucking Google, you was dealing with AI. When you was getting your GPS signal, nigga, every day that you get in your fucking whip, nigga, you talking to AI. Stop playing with me. When you was in the fucking, when you was with your when you was with the Rose, nigga, when you was playing with that AI Rose, they would talk to you. You was playing with AI. I didn't start you with AI, nigga. What is you talking about? When you had that shit vacuum in your house because you was too lazy to do it, you was playing with AI. When you was playing around with your fucking Ring camera, you was on AI, nigga. When you was wearing that fucking Philadelphia's jersey, nigga, and them Reeboks that look crazy on you, nigga, you was on AI. Don't talk about I did anything to you, you bird ass nigga, you. You know what I mean? I'm reminding you niggas before the plane takes off and leave your stupid ass looking stupid like they did when they took off on you with crypto and they took off on you with the NFTs and the motherfucking blockchain. You can't even find certain niggas anymore. They done took the bag and disappeared. They got rich off of that shit and they got away from you niggas and they don't answer calls anymore. They in Thailand, they on Africa building big shit. They're not going live. They don't even go by their names anymore. They know better. They know better. They took advantage of information when it was delivered to them at the right time and they shut the fuck up and now they work in the private and you only link with people when you have meetings with them now and you got to bring your lawyer. Top flight level shit. Not this bottom feeder shit that people are so used to and they celebrate it and it seems like they just be wanting to stay on this level. But sayonara, my niggas, I holla. You know what I'm talking about? I holla. I'm riding out on an alpaca, nigga. How about that? I'm gonna ride out on a motherfucking alpaca until the sunset. You know what I'm talking about? I go live on Hanukkahs, nigga. I'm dead ass serious. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, if you ever wanted to be a digital nomad, I'm gonna just start coming out with different stuff on my gum yard, my gum roll. Let me just put these boxes up. I'm gonna disappear and I'm gonna just reappear on Gumroad. You know what I mean? Just through my products. You know what I'm saying? Just through different drops, my nigga. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just drop courses. I'm gonna drop classes. I'll catch me on Teachable, nigga. Catch me on Corsica. Catch me on Gumroad. Catch me on Notion, my nigga. Or catch me in the ocean. You feel me? But where you're not gonna catch me is on 125th Street selling you niggas t-shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're not about to catch me is at the fucking the Royal Chamber, nigga, because I don't want to lounge with you niggas. There's no time to lounge. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas gotta work. Where you won't catch me is, trying to chase you niggas down to come to a lecture. You know what I'm saying? So you could get some in this game. You won't be doing that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna catch me doing none of that, bro. I could literally go and take my family around the world for like 3 years. You know what I'm talking about? And just turn my phone off and just go travel the world and just go live when I want to and build my community online. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is a real life thing. You know what I mean? Like it really works. Niggas got sass. Once you understand the game, you can't understand. So this is just proof. These books right here, these shits came out, their timestamp. You'd be like, damn, this nigga Red Pill was on this shit all the way back then. Look, what year was this? So this is all the way back then, right? We talking that sass back then. We like, yo, this is before the financial movement shit came around. We telling our people, we was talking, people, nigga, this was like pulling teeth. Look, we giving you the blockchain. We telling you about the blockchain, the 7 ways it can help the environment, not just making money, not just how you could profit, not to be a capitalist, how you could turn the blockchain and walk into real money if that's what it is. You could walk into real bread if you're talking about helping the environment, being sustainable, or what it really is about. We giving up information that they charging thousands of dollars for right now. You feel me? They was charging thousands of dollars for shit like this. You know what I'm talking about? And we giving them all that information. Like here, hold that. Lecture after lecture, demonstration after demonstration. So this is a library. This is a sacred library. This is a cyber library. These books are going to be collector items. These books are these are the books that are attached to lectures that are classics, straight classics. You know what I mean? Every single one of them. You feel me? So these are collector items. You got to know your worth. You know, you got to know your worth. You got to get your stocks up. Then you got to go public. You know what I'm saying? But you got to offer equity. I love the business model that the brother LaRussell is tapping into. You know, I'm following that business model on my Gumroad. It's pay, right? Pay what you want. I don't even put a price on my stuff. Pay what you want. You feel me? Pay what you want. That's how I'm moving with it. But you're not paying me $1. That's where I don't. Like I said, the strippers at Magic City, they still accept dollars. I don't. I'm good on $1 love. That's not enough. It's two of us. You feel me? You're not giving me no dollar. But I'm with the Nipsey Hussle and La Russell business model. Pay what you got. It's all good. Just pay something. That's how my Gumroad is set up. All of those quote unquote classics, I want y'all to read them. I want you to have them. I want you to collect them. I want you to know that those things exist. I want you to, if I'm not here, I want you to make those books, print those out. Like, study that. You feel me? Study that. That's important. You know, that's important. Any man's work. Noble Drew Ali said, you change the literature, you change the people. Any one of any of us. I'm not just talking about me per se, because it ain't about me. Anybody's works. Anybody, y'all should know by now. Everybody is a collector's item. You know how much, how I be feeling that I don't have a lot of the elders who, unfortunately had an early demise, they left here early. You know how much it be eating me, that there's certain things that, you know, that I wish I had, that I wish I had bought one day when they was trying to sell it. And I was like, nah, I'll see you next time. You know, I'm like, damn, there is no next time. And I know when I form like a museum, the brother Tariq Nasheed got a museum. So imagine when they come out with a museum about conscious, the YouTube people, you know what I'm saying? The dudes from the YouTube thing. Imagine when they come out with that. You know what I mean? Imagine when they start doing, you know, uh whatchamacallit, documentaries and whatnot on the great awakenings that took place, starting when Obama was the president, from right around that time. And they start saying names and they start, oh, I know, oh shit, I remember that. Oh damn, I had a shirt from that nigga. Oh man, I remember I had bought his book, but the dog had ate it. Oh, I remember I had a shirt from him, but yeah, that became my cum towel. Damn shit. Oh man, I wish I still had that in tip top shape, right? You know, you gotta like, you gotta see the worth and shit. You know what I mean? That's not my job. I do a lot of things. What I'm not about to do is get up here and tell grown people about seeing the worth and a group of people that they watch on the internet that they probably think that they know. It's like, damn, I feel like I know you. But it's like, nah, dog, you don't really know me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really know you like that. We know each other through the internet. You know what I'm saying? You know me for what I'm out here doing and whatnot, respectfully. But, you don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? You watch me from your phone and I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? The only way that I know you is if you solid like that. And when you see me, you know what I'm saying, you be like, what's up? You know what I mean? If you solid like that, then you dap me up. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, yo, I'm tapped in with you. But if you're not solid, then you be one of them niggas that I'll be on the train and whatnot, and I feel somebody staring at me and nobody say nothing, and it's you. You know what I'm saying? And you the nigga sitting on the train staring at a nigga that you be watching on the internet, but your ego won't allow you to be like, what's up, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? It be niggas like that. So, for anybody who is wondering, this is the Patreon page right here. I've said it on many occasions. Like I said, I'm doing my master class on Wednesday, I believe. And it's gonna be on Patreon, and it's only for Patreons. It's for Patreon only, starting at $5. That's the entry, and it goes up. We have 22 slots remaining for, well, it's 22 slots open. We don't have 22 remaining. They're filling up real fast, but we've opened up 22 slots for our Citrine membership and whatnot. And yeah, I will have access to my Notion workspace that has about 10,000 prompts in it. It has about 10,000 AI tools in it. It has a plethora of information. You'll also be a part of a lot of things that are going on. You're going to get consultations, you're going to get access to our Discord, and you'll have some other perks that come with that. So definitely tap in. But this is the Discord. All right. This, I'm just giving you a highlight of all of the information and the behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I'm cataloging, I'm documenting this movement. People are very proud of what they're seeing and whatnot. So I have a whole movement over here, a whole family that, they, it's almost like they respect the research and they respect what I'm doing. And they know they want to get their information. Look, 20 AI tools, 100, you get mad access to information. So they like, yo, if I could get the stuff that you researching and I'm able to apply it and I get the links to help me out with my business and with my movement, and it's all in one place and it's not scattered all over the place, and you putting it in a, you know what I mean? And you giving us access to free classes, because you do something every month and we get a free ticket or we get access to it and we see it, you know what I mean? So it's endless, endless. I'm dumping. It's just a whole dump. You come out of here, it's almost like being in YouTube University. You're gonna know how to code. I mean, you're gonna know how to generate art. You're gonna know how to use tools. You're gonna be updated to information. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know what it is. So that's what we got over here on the Patreon, just to give y'all an example. And if y'all want us to start doing classes with some of the people that are part of the network, you let me know and we'll make that happen, because there's a lot of brothers and sisters that are approaching me in blue, and they hungry. They want to do like we was doing with Know the Ledge Radio. They want to come on and teach. They want to drop information. They want to be guests and everything. You feel me? They hungry. They want to teach. They want to pop out. They want to stand on these platforms. So y'all let me know what you want us to do, and we'll make that happen. You know what I mean? Because we're in a position right now while we're out here in the A, and just being digital nomads, you don't even have to be anywhere anymore. You could just be on the road and you can make miracles happen. You could do, to be honest with you, being on the road right now, as I'm contemplating it, is way more advantageous than standing still. That's what I'm entertaining right now, being on the road, me personally, right? For the experience purpose of it, and for the fact that I'm not going to be on this planet forever. So I need to see things around this planet, plant seeds around this planet. I got people around this planet that are waiting to see me, that I need to see, that I need to finally meet. Thousands of people that I've been in contact with and I haven't never met physically, but have reached out. Thousands, bro, thousands. So it's like a whole world out there waiting. And it's like, Atlanta is becoming, in my mind, it's too small for me. It's too small. You know, this shit has to expand. You feel me? This shit has to expand. And to be honest with you, people are talking about drink hot tea and everything. I really just think that it is a culmination of the buildup leading up to this workshop, right? I promise you, I'm fasting. There's crazy shit going on, right? When I say crazy shit, you'll see when I do the documentary, crazy shit. So like everything that was building up, you know what I mean? It just like culminated, and then I had to, I delivered, you know what I mean? My button got pushed even during the workshop a little bit. I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know. And it just like really, even with this computer destroyed and everything, it's like you can't even take it out. You can't even, you know what I mean? So I'm bottling up a lot of stuff. I'm bottling up a lot of stuff. So yeah, at the end of it, it was just like I just felt it, you know what I mean? Like it was one of the biggest Wusar moments, but it was a victory, it was a touchdown, you know what I'm saying? But it's like being in the ring and whatnot, and you on your Rocky 3. Who saw Creed 3? I ain't see that yet. You know what I'm talking about? Who saw Creed 3? Creed 3. You know what I mean? I know after Michael B. Jordan whooped that dude's ass, he was like, yo, I'm laying up for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit wore me. This was pressure. You know what I mean? This was pressure, because Thursday when my computer got destroyed, that's when the lecture the lecture's in the cloud, but the lecture, I got a workstation and the computer's my workstation. So my workstation completely gets wiped out, right? We're on Thursday. The jump off is on Saturday. I'm putting my finishing touches. I'm putting my embellishes. I'm putting the doors on the building. I'm putting the windows. I'm putting the doorknobs. I'm laying down. I'm shellacking the motherfucking floor. You know what I'm talking about? That shit's looking like a Range Rover, a ghost. And then the pomegranate spilled upon the ting, man. You feel me? Spilled upon the ting, man. You feel me? I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. But I was looking at the mini anyway. What's fucking with that? I told my Wiz, I'm like, yo, give me the mini, bro. Go and get me the mini right now. And I was saying that like 2 weeks ago. I seen the mini. They came out with one called a Mac Mini Studio. It's smaller than that. I'm like, I need the smaller one because that shit going on the road with me. So it's all good. It's nothing to a check. Look, man, you can't win them all, B. You can't win them all, B. You know what I'm talking about? And this one was a victory. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't cry for me, Argentina. We'll be good. We'll be good. You feel me? We're going to come back even stronger with the big boy this time. I'm going to have to put that shit on stilts, though. I know that's right. I'm going to have to put that on stilts and get it Aetna life insurance. You did. But, that was some of the pressure, but I was able to persevere, you know what I'm saying? Late nights. So I was up late nights. So, I'm going to rest. I'm going to take about 2 days off and whatnot. I'm going to charge the battery up, and then I got to pop out because, it's a lot of shit coming up. The show don't stop. It's only getting started. You know what I mean? Definitely. It's the spring. So like I said, it ain't how you start the race, it's how you finish it, right? So this is the victory lap. Fuck the sniffles, nigga. We good. I'm God, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? We don't worry about that. To be honest with you, my Wiz had the sniffles. No, yeah, my Wiz had the sniffles. Then my son took it from her. Then she took it from him, and then I took it from her. So that's that type of shit. That's that Adams family type shit. So don't worry about the sniffles. You know what I'm talking about? I'm doing my due diligence. I'm doing my community service. When you in the crib, you got to take the sniffles sometimes. But I'm good, believe you me. You know what I mean? And I got KT's honey, you know. And to be honest with you, like I said, the fast, a nigga 7 days, no solids. You know what I mean? The mucus comes out. Shit got to come out the body. You know what I mean? So I'm renewing my temple. This is about the renewal and whatnot. This is about, Happy New Year. This is about closing out this chapter of the winter season and kind of like, brushing off our quote unquote shoulders and kind of like, stop picking on the scabs and whatnot, but begin to break out of this quote unquote shell that formed around us during our hibernation seasons, right? We were in the underworld, we were in the quote unquote dark night of the soul. All of us were going through it. You feel me? If my shit was a movie, then I know your shit was a movie. I'm talking about my shit was a movie, bro. You have no idea. Nobody should ever say, oh, I want to be in that nigga's shoes. Do not play yourself. Okay? Don't play yourself. You know what I'm talking about? What's in KT's honey? Everything. You know what I mean? That honey is for real, for real. You feel me? Like I said, I think the honey might be bringing the mucus out because I was swigging that shit. The honey is wonderful. Oh my God. I'm not down with the gas station honey movement. I wasn't even really aware of it, but apparently it's lit. But yeah, that honey movement right there and I got the eye dropper. I put that shit in my eyes. That might be, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting honey in my eyes and whatnot, burning the shit out of me. But it gave me some clarity. And the name of the game is KT told me this too. He said, this is a formula, right? Formula, right? Formula is formula. He told me that the W is more important than the R, right? Niggas always want to be right and they don't get the W. You know what I'm talking about? The name of the game is to get the W. That's really what matters, is the win. It don't matter how you get it. It just matters that you get it. So it's not how you start the race, y'all. It's how you finish it, right? So we started this year talking about Facts 24. We're going to stay focused and we're going to get on this campaign, right? And we also started the year because I was in class. I was a student for the Blueprint for God Power. Started this year talking about God bodies and whatnot. We ended it talking about ye are gods. And then we said, when in Rome, right? When in Rome, do as Hannibal. When in Rome, be a boss. Give Caesar back what's theirs, right? Fire your boss. Give him back. Get in your bag and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? They don't care about us. A win is a win. You know what I'm talking about? A win is a win. I could have laid down and quit when my computer went down. I was so hurt that I could have just said, yo, I can't do this, right? I can't do it. I can't redo the floors. I can't do this, right? I could have called Rich up and be like, yo, postpone that or cancel it. It's too much, right? Because when you think about it, there's a universe that exists that I did that. There's a multiverse that exists where I made a decision because life is what? All about the decisions. It's not what's happening to you, it's what are you doing as a result of it. So there's a reality that I tapped out, right? There's a reality that the computer did not get spilled on. There's a reality that I did the bonus lecture at the end of the 7 hours and I made it a 9-hour super classic because I gave them niggas the metaphysics that they really, really, really need, right? So we could really explain what this shit is versus what it's not, because I could easily give you the lesson of your mother. I could give you the lesson of your life just through the movies. You know what I mean? I could give you the lesson just through technology. I could show it to you, right? You can't separate the two. Like I said, when we said masters of the universe, we was having a personal conversation with you, along with this AI shit that's outside of you.
but it's still an extension of you. If you don't want to claim it, I will, right? What's wrong with you? If you don't want to claim it, I will. You know, like KT said, Chat GP Patah, right? Patah is the god of technology. Like, are you dumb? You know what I'm saying? Are you dumb? This shit precedes it. All of these people that you love to give credit to. Are you dumb? They're working off of our algorithms. They're working off of the binary code that we mastered. Are you fucking dumb? You know what I'm talking about? So, first and foremost, you need to master your universe. You don't get no easy pass. This is not a get rich scheme. This is not a smorgasbord. This is class, my niggas. This is high level, this is high level education. This is one of the highest levels. This is mastery, right? You talk about masters of the universe. We talk about mastery of the universe. So there was about 1,000 people exhibiting mastery in KT the Arts Degrees fast, right? I was there to see it, right? It was a wonderful sight to see. That Discord was beautiful, right? That Discord was beautiful. The amount of the food that was being prepared and whatnot, the culinary arts that I was seeing and whatnot, right? The community, the fact that people got around a purpose, which was a fast, and they were able to put a lot of information like pictures, which is data, right? A lot of conversation and engagement was taking place. People were doing their business inside of that Zoom and whatnot, or that Discord. You know what I mean? Those are the things that I like to see, demonstrations in real time instead of people just talking, right? Where's your demonstration? Where's your community activities? I'm locked in with about 1,000 people right now. Even as I'm talking to y'all, we got information inside of the Discord dripping to them and whatnot. They getting fed. You know what I mean? They watching videos and whatnot. They prompting. They on Mid Journey making pictures and whatnot, stretching their imagination, right? Opening up their third eye, tapping into the child within. Now, I'm sorry, and I really apologize if I offend anybody out there in cyberspace, right, who I don't even know. If me tapping into my inner child offends you, right? Because it was told to me to be childlike, right? So I'm just following the rules. You feel me? I'm just following the commandments that was given to me by the teachers and the master teachers. They said, be childlike, right? So to be childlike is to be able to, touch tools and pick up technology and, marvel over, beautiful graphics and special effects when I watch movies and whatnot. And I'm learning at the same time. And then I'm able to teach people what it is that I'm learning so they too can learn. You know what I mean? So part of me, if in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take an image from Mid Journey and I'm gonna make a whole toy line, right? I'm gonna make a whole toy line of some melanated, powerful action figures and mystical figures and whatnot. And then my children are gonna grow up, right? They're gonna grow up, they're gonna be raised up and whatnot, and that's gonna be some of their heroes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be embossed in their minds and in their quote unquote in their memories that we had a superhero that looked like us, a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? That was my shit. Yeah, that was my shit too. You know, visionaries. You have to have a vision moving forward. Like I said, we are in the economy, we in the creator economy. We're in the passion economy. I've been saying this for years. We are in the gig economy. We are in a digital economy. If none of that shit makes any sense to you, then moving forward, you might not even want to tap in like that. No disrespect, because you're gonna be offended, you're gonna be disgusted. But if you want to learn what that is, if you're willing to be in class if you want to be a student, not just a fly on the wall, then definitely tap in. You know what I mean? Tap into the Patreon. Or if you really want to be in the playing the big leagues, tap into the Discord, the Masters of the Universe. You know what I'm talking about? You could tap into that, you know what I mean? And you'll be a part of that for 30 days as well. And that's an incubator, right? And that's also a workspace. What is an incubator? An incubator is it could either be in a cloud or it could be on a physical node, meaning it could be in the real world. And what that is, it could either be in a house, it could be in an office, it could be in an auditorium, it could be in a warehouse. It is a conglomerate of designers, developers, coders, and startups, founders, investors, and lawyers who come together and they build SaaS, right? And they build SaaS and they build PaaS, right? Platforms as a service, software as a service, all of the asses and whatnot. And then they build their startups and they build their unicorn companies and they build hardware and they build software and they come up with ideas and they make Uber, Lyft. These are all startups that came out of the accelerators and the incubators, right? That's what we're controlling. That's what we're building. That's what we have in the clouds right now inside of Discord, right? That's what we have access to. So they're learning right now. They're in their orientation phase. This is the first week. So we're not even going to pump on the gas too much. We're just going to get everybody in and we're going to orientate them and we're going to give them the tools that they need. And we're going to even assess everybody and find out who's who and what's what, who got the skills and who don't got skills, who want to learn, who want to teach, all of these things. There's steps that it takes, to build your community. And thanks to tools like ChatGPT and other intelligent tools, we have assistant now on how to do it. We have something that's going to help 10x our productivity so we could get done what needs to be done in a quicker, more efficient way, right? Unlike we've ever done it before. So the future is bright for those who hold the flashlights. The future is bright for those who are tired of living in the dark, blind, following the words of the one-eyed man. Shout out to Charleston White, or who I call Chalky White. Remember Chalky White from Boardwalk Empire? Talk that sass. Yeah. Yeah. 40 AIs and the Mule is coming up as well. That is going to be monumental. That's going to be a course curriculum that's coming at the end of the month. 40 AIs and the Mule. That's going to be about 8 hours long, and it's going to be broken up, of course, into a course. And that right there is going to help anybody who wants to utilize the AI tools to completely change their situation and level up in ways that is, you're going to get methods to do shit that you never thought was imaginable. So look out for that. That's coming. But yeah, we working. You know what I mean? How to become an AI engineer. I would say go and take some courses. We'll be offering some courses through Humans Academy. I would say in the meantime, go to Corsica, go to Khan Academy, go to Udemy, and just put AI engineer in the search engine and start taking the courses. And, you could become certified when you finish the course, right? You're going to have quiz, you're going to have homework. It might take you 2 weeks to finish the course. It might take you 3 weeks. It might take you a month. It might take you 3 days, just depending on how determined you are, how hungry you are, and how wise you are. Or you could start with YouTube Academy. Yes, right? You could definitely start with YouTube Academy. The next step in that academy or that walk would definitely be those learning platforms that I just said, right? I could get you could get 20 prompts, right? I could get you 50 prompts that you could prompt Chat GPT and learn everything that you need to learn about that field in 50 prompts, right? If you want to take it that route, because you're still learning. right? Because remember, everybody's going to be learning differently, and we can't necessarily put a muzzle on how a person can learn. I can't tell a 5 year old that they can't use Chat GPT or AI to learn more than what an adult knows if they are going to quote unquote use it to excel or accelerate, right? And get out of the incubator. You're gonna see Boss Baby for real now. Remember Boss Baby? It's one of my favorite cartoons. You potentially will see Boss Baby now in real life, where a 1 year old or a 2 year old will be so advanced by tapping into the AI and the tools that are available that they'll be running circles around an 80 year old in terms of what they're able to generate, what they're able to create, and how advanced they are with technology. You did. So if you wanted to be a AI engineer, if you were to ask me right now, I would say my Discord, that this where we at right now, that's what I'm plugging. I don't know about nothing else. I know on Discord, on the Netaverse, first and foremost, I can't forget about the Netaverse. We got about 4,000 over there, right? The Netaverse, we've been doing what we doing. And we got this Discord right here, right? Over 1,000 on this one, right? And that's what I know. And there's other things going on, but I know that if you want to get something going, I'll point you in a direction where things are moving, right? And I would say that you should tap in, and you should, build with like minds and whatnot, and you should inquire and communicate and engage. We're going live on those pages. We're doing a lot of stuff in that Discord. Matter of fact, every day of the week, there's going to be something happening. So be a part of a community, and add value to the community. Don't just be a part of it. That's not, we not moving in those directions anymore where people are not going to pull their weight. You know what I mean? You got to pull your weight. You have to bring something to the table. People got to snap out of NPC mode. This is like, everybody, not everybody, but like I said, we in an empty event space right now. We want to fill it up. So I'm excited about all of the new people that I'm about to meet as we open up this new realm, as we open up this new space. We're gonna bring the blurs out, you know what I'm talking about? And some wise brothers and sisters who already exist, but we just didn't know that they existed because nobody was speaking to them, right? Or that nobody built it. Build it and they will come. Nobody built the field of dreams. So we on it. I ain't gonna talk you to death. Love and light to the family. You know what I mean? I'm about to tap out. Patreon, sign up to the Patreon. You'll get your link for Wednesday's masterclass. I put in the flyer out. It's Patreon only because I can't even show the videos because it's on YouTube. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get no strikes. I got to show my shit. I got to talk my stuff. And I definitely don't want them to take that shit off the air because it's going to be things that YouTube don't like to hear. They don't like heavy talk. So I'll see y'all then. What else? Let me see. We got the Patreon. All the links is in my description. If you want to tap in, all of the links are there. That's how you can contact us. You feel me? KTL University for the replay and whatnot. Tap in with that. The email, the Mark125th@gmail. Questions, comments, and concerns. I got you. Hit us up. We have people working behind the scenes on the team. They will answer your emails in a timely fashion. You dig? So let us end on some music. We want to end on some music. Yeah, I gotta see the movie Free Guy. I gotta add that to the library. You dig? I do have to add that to the library.
Recordings.
So yeah, y'all, we're gonna get back up, man. Love and light to everybody. Y'all stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused. And yeah, peace.
just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
Anthem on the track. Zip 'em up, pour out a little liquor from the sippy cups. Get a blickers, tuck my chicken up. Mask on my face like I'm sick as fuck. Yeah, I paid for the bodies like nip and tuck, nip and puff. Rap niggas just live it up. Bottom feeders speaking lobster fluently. Opportunity seeking. Zip 'em up. Anthem on the track. Zip 'em up, pour out a little liquor from the sippy cups. Get a blickers, tuck my chicken up. Mask on my face like I'm sick as fuck. Yeah, I paid for the bodies like nip and tuck, nip and puff. Rap niggas just live it up. Bottom feeders speaking lobster fluently. Opportunity seeking opportunities. Schools are hard knocks, never had to dodge a cop for truancy. Carry chops so the ops will ruin me. Popping toolery and a copper jewelry. Look. What? Pick on somebody a size. Look, Johnny a slide like Bonnie and Clyde. Pontiac, Bonnie's glide with young shooters like Bronny inside. It's a homie outside. Yeah, twin flexing, and my shit coins. Yeah, they 10xing like 10 Exxons. Yeah, my boomies is booming, I've been Xing like Gen Xing. No doubt, bitch, I'm Gwen Steffin. Twin weapons when I'm twin stepping. Yeah, bitch, I'm duplistic. Yosemite sand. Yeah, that's two biscuits. Chip fools like I'm fool schnicking. Cruel mystics, dualistically too vicious. They wanted mystical red. All they got was pistols instead. Red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots.
Kings don't die, we multiply. Streaming while we socialize. The season we gon' open skies. Crabs coming through. They gon' show they hots to open eyes. Mask on these fools, keeping hope alive. Screaming vote or die. Time to vocalize. Our disgust them clips bust. The wrist cut is chipped up. These sick fucks is chipped up. Lift up the fifth up and zip up these sick fucks. I don't waste time. All you bitch niggas been exposed. Turning water into wine. Sinning with some centerfolds. Winning is the pinnacle. The grinning is so cynical. Spin with those who spin with you. Remember women tend to do what they friends into until they introduce as something winners do. Shit. My credit good, I've been approved. My head is good, she been the truth. A nigga solid, check the centrifuge. Here come the interludes. Here come the interludes.
Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was little Uzi crystals and red dots.